Hi, Jason Wagner of the Wagner Oehler Law Firm. Is it true that I can only gift up to $15,000 a year before paying gift tax? No, that is not true. What the $15,000 a year is referring to is the annual gift tax exclusion, and that's the amount that you can gift to any individual or any number of individuals every year before having to file a gift tax return. That number is pegged to inflation, and once it reaches, and it only increases in $1,000 increments. So once it reaches the next $1,000, it bumps up. In 2023, that number actually increased to $17,000 per beneficiary. And so what that means is you can give up to $17,000 to any number of beneficiaries in this tax year and not have to file a gift tax return. That doesn't mean you're going to pay gift tax if you go over it. What it means if you go over it is that now we are reducing the unified estate and gift tax exemption on the federal level. Now that unified exemption limit is $12.8 million in 2023. So if you gift $1 million this year, the first 17,000 is going to be part of your exclusion, and the rest of it is going to take away from your unified exemption limit. But unless you have a federal estate that would be greater than 12.8 million, it's not really something you need to worry about. However, we should mention that this 12.8 million is set to sunset in 2026. So if it does sunset, it's going to go down to half of that. So just because you don't have a $12 million estate doesn't mean you're completely in the clear from federal estate taxes. It could be that you are subject to federal estate taxes in the future, and that would come into account. Now, Minnesota, where I practice, does not have a gift tax. Instead, any gifts that are over and above that annual exclusion amount of $17,000 per person could come back into your estate if you die within 3 years of making the gift. So again, nobody's paying tax if you go over and above that right now. Minnesota's exemption limit is $3 million. So if your estate is below $3 million, and again, you give $1 million away and it comes back in because you died, well, it's not causing taxation because your estate is still below 3 million. But we do have to report that gift on a timely filed gift tax return. And that timely filed means it is typically filed at the same time as your income tax return. So you can gift a lot. Right now, we have very good gift tax rules in the state of Minnesota, being that we don't have a gift tax. We have a look back. On the federal side, we have very high exemption limits. So gifting is a big strategy we're using right now. If you're a married person, you can double that and share your spouse's annual exclusion limit, which means we can gift up to $34,000 per person. So if you have 5 kids, you can multiply that $34,000 times 5 and move a pretty good amount of value without ever having to worry about it taking away from your federal estate and gift tax exemption or hitting your Minnesota gift tax exemption or estate tax exemption. And that is what we have for annual exclusion limits. To learn more, follow us on Facebook, check out our other videos, or visit us online at wagnerlegalmn.com.